Hi guys, welcome back to the video. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to be touching base on Aubagio. I have a lot of questions that I have been sent through the social media platforms and our support groups. I had to pick and choose which ones I can answer just to kind of make this video not too long. We're going to be talking about the side effects of Aubagio, and so here we go. So the first question that I received, and you guys, I had to write this down because there were so many questions, but the first question that I received was, what side effects do you have and how do you deal with it? So I'm going to go through it. There's probably about 3 or 4. The first one is I had a lot of headaches when I started Aubagio. For those of you that are either in transition from another medication to Aubagio or you've been on Aubagio for a while, I was on it for almost a year, and this is my personal experience of what I dealt with. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not giving you guys medical advice. Always check with your primary physician or your neurologist. But this is my personal experience and kind of like what I would do with it. Again, with my medical background, it was just easy for me to try to figure out ways to kind of cope and deal with my symptoms and my side effects of the medication I was taking at the time. I had a lot of headaches when I started Aubagio, and so what I started doing is buying the extra strength Excedrin and caffeine. I had coffee sometimes in the middle of the day, which wasn't normal for me, but it helped. So that's kind of a little bit of a way you can deal with it. Unfortunately, there's no really other way. You just kind of deal with it. The hair loss that I had with Aubagio was absolutely significant. I had a family member who owns a wig shop, or they still own a wig shop, and you can go back to my old videos to kind of touch base on the hair loss and what medications cause it on my YouTube page. And I did a temporary wig. I started buying shampoos that had biotin in it. There is a shampoo called Tio Nacho, and I think I'm going to add that in my description so that you guys can find it. You can pretty much find it anywhere, like a Walmart or a Target, over the counter. I believe some of the pharmacy like CVS and Walgreens would have it for you guys to pick up. That helped a lot, and that came from my dad, who also was suffering with hair loss at the time. And so it kind of helped me out too. So check that out. As far as the fatigue, the fatigue is normal. It comes with MS. It's a chronic thing. That doesn't go away. Best thing I can tell you guys is listen to your body. I will never stop telling you guys that. Listen to your body and give yourself some rest. Take a lot of multivitamins, especially vitamin D, okay? We need to keep somewhat of our energy level up, and that's really hard when you have an autoimmune disease, because it's like every day you're fighting your own body to get up and do something. So I didn't have any major allergies to Aubagio other than I had a lot of nausea. And in order to deal with the nausea, I ended up finding this kind of like thick syrupy medication you can get over the counter at any store. It's called Emetrol. I used to chew on ice chips when I drizzled it, and I actually have still some left over, and I'll show it to you guys. This is Emetrol, and you guys can get this anywhere. They have different flavors. I like the Coca-Cola flavor because it tastes like I was drinking soda. And I'm chewing on ice chips while I do this, guys. But it does help with the nausea. The other thing is you can get a nausea medication like a Zofran from your doctor if that's something that you need help with or you're dealing with, okay? So that's... The second question that I received is, what time did you take the medication, or when do you take the medication? A lot of people will decide on their own. I had to work full-time, and I didn't want to deal with the side effects of Aubagio when I was in a lab dealing with patients and then having to drive home and having all these side effects. So I took my Aubagio before bedtime every night so that I could sleep through the side effects. If that's something that can work for you guys, do it. especially for those of us who work a full-time job, okay? That's my best advice. It's my best suggestion. I did take it for about maybe like the first month during the day, and it was horrible. And my neurologist said you can take it at night. I started to do that. It was a little more bearable. I can deal with being able to do what I had to do for the day and then take the medication. The other thing is, the last actual question that I received was, does this affect my PML or JC? For those of you who are JC positive, if you're not familiar with what this is, PML, and I have to kind of read this out so that you guys know what it is. PML stands for progressive multifocal leukoencephalopathy, okay? It is a virus. It's an infection of a virus that attacks the white matter in the brain, okay? You would know if you have it, if you guys are JC positive, your doctor already told you were. When you get your MRIs every year, the doctors are able to see that if there is some white matter, they will do some testing on it and you will know about it. If you don't have it, you don't have to worry about it. I can't specifically speak on PML or JC because I'm not diagnosed with it. I am not JC positive. But I'm looking to see if there's somebody else that's kind of streaming, maybe talking about it on different channels or social media channels that I can share with you guys. I haven't found anybody yet who is taking corticosteroids, either orally or IV, that is affected by PML or JC. And so that's something that I'll continue to research and I can share with you guys when I find out what that is. Overall, it's also known as the John Cunningham virus. You can Google that too. And it'll kind of break it down for you exactly what it is. Overall, Aubagio, I had some issues with it, but I dealt with it when I started to result out on my MRI that I actually had more lesions. Then the doctor took me off of Aubagio to put me on a more aggressive therapy. And so if that's kind of what's happening to you guys, I will be talking about Copaxone because I went from Aubagio to Copaxone, and that'll be the next thing that I'm going to talk about. Copaxone was it's more detailed. It's a little more aggressive medication. And unfortunately, with the aggression of the medication comes a little more aggressive side effects and symptoms. And so I'll be talking about that on my next video, you guys. But thank you so much for joining. And again, if you have any questions, maybe something that I can answer, do not, you can contact me. You can either private message or you guys can send comments on the video. And again, you guys can reach me at Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. And again, I'm just sharing overall what I'm dealing with or what I dealt with these medications and what I'm currently on. And that'll be the last video that I talk about. But thanks you guys for joining, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, you guys, so that you get weekly updates on questions, answers, and really what I'm dealing with. So we'll see you guys soon. Take care.